once a delegation, a non-Ahmadi delegation, came to Rabwa to debate about the ascension of Jesus Christ. वो कहने लगा हज़रत आसमान पे बैठे हैं. The Ahmadis showed them many dozens of, almost a dozen. हो गया साबुत ये 30 आयात से इब्ने मरियम मर गया हक की कसम, दाखिले जन्नत हुआ वो मोहतरम. फिर कहा कि हो गया ये साबित ये 30 आयात से. Showed him many ayat. He said no, it's not conclusive. It's not conclusive. So they took him to Maulvi Ahmad Khan Sahib Naseem. Maulvi Ahmad Khan Sahib Naseem took a completely different view. And he told the people, those Christians, those people who had come, and those Muslims who had come to say that Jesus Christ is not dead, he is alive, sitting on the right hand of God. And he told the other Muslims that you have come to debate with us. We have shown you countless arguments, but Ahmad Khan Sahib Naseem took a different view. He said there are nearly 25 names of Prophet in the Holy Quran. Do you need the Quranic verses to prove that they are dead? If we cannot prove from the Holy Quran, do you consider that they are sitting at the right hand of God? मौलवी साहब ने कहा एक और बिल्कुल एक और जाविये से उनको समझाया कि देखिए कुरान मजीद में तो तकरीबन 25 अंबिया का जिक्र है. क्या उनकी वफात, हर एक की वफात हम कुरान मजीद से साबित करें? और अगर साबित ना कर सके तो इसका मतलब यह है कि आसमान पर बैठे हुए हैं.
One world, one nation.
Global Islamic community.
You know, you preach with wisdom. And they were dumbfounded and they said, we do not require. Maulana Ghulam Sahib Rajaki, as I have said earlier, was a very strong person. I have visited him in countless times, and we used to go and sit with him, and we used to talk with him. He has narrated many incidents. There is a big book, Rajik Sahib ke upar 5 jilde hain, huge book. And he said once I was traveling, and I had to cross the river Chenab, and it was high flood, and we were in a boat, and the boat was about to sink, and people started shouting the name of Al-Bukhari and other saints that will save us. Hazrat Maulvi Sahib told them to stop this, and he prayed to God that, oh Allah, if we are doomed to die, but I have some books of the promised Messiah. मेरे पास कुछ किताबें हैं हज़रत मसीह मौऊद अलैहि सल्लम की लिखी हुई, हम उन कुतुब को लेकर जा रहे हैं. तो कहते हैं कि एकदम जो है वो तूफान थम गया और हम वहाँ पर पार कर गए. वो हम महफूज रहे. मौलवी साहब, you must have seen that sometimes when he used to debate, sometimes he used to say that when the people could not answer his questions, he would say, अगर जवाब नहीं दे सकते तो मेरे साथ कुश्ती कर लो, हदीस पे बात कर लो, कुरान मजीद पे बात कर लो, फारसी शायरी पे बात, हदीस, किसी बात पे बात कर लो. और जब वो नहीं कर सकते थे, चुप बैठे थे, तो फिर कहते थे अच्छा फिर कुश्ती कर लो. जब फिर भी चुप करके बैठे थे, कहते अच्छा फिर कलाई पकड़ लो. I am narrating this so that our missionaries, our Jamaat should also be aware that we should be strong, physically strong as well. Maulana Abul Ata Jalandhari Sahib, you know, he was a missionary and he was posted in Palestine. Once he had a debate and the people said he has not died, and when the people who had come for the debate, when they became speechless, they said, okay, if he has not died, if he died a natural death, then show us where is his grave. Maulvi Sahib said, this is not the point. The point is he has died. I can't show you the graves of everybody. Show me the grave of Hazrat Nuh alayhi salam. But they said, show us the grave. Where did he die? He said he went from Palestine to Tibet and went to Afghanistan and went to Kashmir and he died in Kashmir and in Mahalla Khan Yar. His grave is there. And there was a person sitting over there, one of the parts of the delegation, and he said, how could he go so far? हज़रत मसीह अलैहिस्सलाम इतनी दूर कैसे चले गए? तो एक फ़लस्तीनी अहमदी बैठे हुए थे साथ ही, उन्होंने फौरन कह दिया कि कश्मीर दूर है कि आसमान दूर है? आप कहते हैं कि कश्मीर बहुत दूर है, वो कैसे वहां चले गए? तो आसमान नजदीक है, जो आसमान पर जाके बैठे हुए हैं दाएं हाथ।
नारे तकबीर, हजरत मोहम्मद मुस्तफा, इस्लाम अहमदियत, गुलाम अहमद की नारे तकबीर।
Maulvi Abdul Atta Sahib, as you all know, was given the title of Khalid bin Walid of Ahmadiyyat. Another Khalid, Khadim Hussain Sahib, he was debating with somebody, and the person said, how can Mirza Ghulam Ahmad be the Mahdi? He should be the son of Abdullah. His father should be Abdullah. His name should be Muhammad. His mother's name should be Amina. चौधरी अब्दुल्ला खान साहब वहां बैठे हुए थे, चौधरी अब्दुल्ला खान साहब के भाई। चौधरी अब्दुल्ला साहब कहने लगे कि देखें भाई, मेरा नाम अब्दुल्ला है, मेरा एक बेटा है, उसका नाम है मोहम्मद, और उसकी माँ का नाम है आमिना। कुछ देर ठहर जाओ, ये बड़ा हो जाएगा तो इसको मान लोगे मेहदी? He said, what is this ridiculous? Because they said this. They said Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, his son was not Abdullah. And his mother was, you say, Chirag Bibi. His mother should be Amina. और चौधरी साहब बैठे हुए थे वहां पर, उन्होंने कहा कि देखें थोड़ी देर इंतजार कर लें, ये मेरे बेटा जो मोहम्मद है ना बड़ा हो जाए, क्योंकि मेरा नाम अब्दुल्ला है, मेरे बेटे का नाम मोहम्मद है और मेरी बीवी का नाम आमिना है, ये थोड़े से बड़ा हो जाए ना फिर उसको मेहदी मान लेना। This is how he silenced those people. I will narrate another example. I have lived the better part of my life in Africa, in Sierra Leone. The president of this, Maulana Khalil Mubashir Sahib, is also from Sierra Leone. We have both spent many long years. In Sierra Leone, there's a huge river called the River Seva, Bojibu ke saath, near Bojibu. And there was a paramount chief called Chief Gasimu. Qasim naam tha, to usko Gasimu kaha karte the. And there was a huge river that was passing. The Jamaat sent many missionaries, because it is a custom in Sierra Leone, in Africa, that if you are able to convince the paramount chief, a number of people can come into the community. And so a number of people, so they went, and many missionaries went over there, and he did not accept. They were walking near the bank of the river, And Chief Gasimu said, look, don't waste your time on me. If this river even starts running down upstream, you see this river running downstream, even if the river starts running upstream, I will never believe. Don't waste your time. The Jamaat sent an old missionary, and he went over there and he preached to him. And this Chief Gasimu later wrote to our missionary. He said, sir, the river Seva has started flowing in the opposite direction. I have become an Ahmadi. Through
Narae Takbir! Narae Takbir! Islam Ahmadiyat! Muslim Insaniyat! Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa! Narae Takbir!
Pasuriba Bangura sent an old missionary who did not have much education. You have to have a communion with Allah Ta'ala, a relationship with God the Almighty. Then your voice becomes heavy. It pierces through. It zeroes in to the target. This paramount chief wrote a letter to our missionary that, sir, the river has started flowing in the opposite direction. I have become an Ahmadi. And then in those days, in the early 50s, he contributed more than 1,000 British pounds for the opening of a press in Bow. 1,000 pounds in those days was a huge sum of money. Maybe equivalent to 40,000 pounds in these times. And this is how he gave so much by the grace of Allah. I have my grandfather used to narrate. हमारे दादा जान उसको मियाँ जी कहा करते थे. बहुत दफ़ा उन्होंने सुनाया मुझे कि when our father was going for the first time to Africa, he lost his, the luggage was booked in the luggage train, and somehow the receipt was lost. And Maulvi Sahab was to travel the next day by ship. And my Miyaji was telling my father every now and then, Nazir Ahmad, Bilti the receipt gum ho gayi hai. Saman kis tarah loge? I have lost the receipt. How will you get the luggage? Maulvi Sahab did not talk. Miyaji said 2 or 3 times. Then Miyaji used to say that Maulvi Nazir Ahmad confronted me and said, Miyaji, if my luggage stands in my way, I will kick it into the sea. This is the level of devotion. This is the level of our Ahmadis. There was another man called Sheikh Hadruddin. Sheikh Hadruddin was a great scholar who was not only the Justice of Peace in Freetown, but he also received the member of the British Empire. He's a very powerful person, a very great scholar. When Maulvi Nazir Ahmad Sahib Ali went to Freetown in 1939, and there was a public meeting, and the meeting was held, and he was the chair. This Hadruddin was the chair. And in his concluding remarks, instead of saying something good about the lecture which the Maulvi Sahib had given about the coming of Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, look, I have more knowledge than you all. This Indian Haji is a liar. The Mahdi and Messiah has not yet come. Don't fall into the trap of this false man and don't listen to his words. He said, instead of believing in this false Messiah, I would prefer that I become mad and I lose my senses so as to avoid listening to this man. That is what he said. Not long afterwards, a few months afterwards, Sheikh Haideruddin Sahib lost his senses, became mad, became a lunatic. He was imprisoned in his own house. And after about 2 or 3 years, he died a miserable death. His own son, his only son, who opposed the Ahmadiyya Jamaat, he also died in his very young age. His grandson, only grandson, who also attended our Ahmadiyya's primary school, he misbehaved and tried to poison our missionary Maulvi Muhammad Siddiq Sahib, and he also died at a very young age. Allah Ta'ala wrapped down the entire family. Inna shaniyaka huwa al-abtar. The whole family was wiped down from this earth. In Ghana, there are no earthquakes. Very difficult. Very few earthquakes in Ghana. When Maulvi Nazir Mubashir was a missionary over there, he was preaching and he told them about the coming of Messiah Maud. They said, well, the coming of Messiah Maud, it should be preceded by an earthquake. So they did not listen to him. Maulvi Sahib said that I reclined, and I reclined to my place and I said, I begged to Allah Ta'ala that, oh Allah, you have sent the Messiah and you have sent the Mahdi, and they are asking now for an earthquake. वो ज़ल्ज़ले की ख्वाहिश कर रहे हैं कि ज़ल्ज़ला आएगा तो फिर हम समझेंगे. एक हफ्ता नहीं गुजरा था तो जुमा और हफ्ता के इतवार को शदीद ज़ल्ज़ला आया गाना में. उस वक्त उसका नाम गोल्ड कोस्ट था, और वो कहते हैं कि उसी वक्त 180 बंदों ने बैत कर ली.
नारे तकबीर, हजरत मोहम्मद मुस्तफा, इस्लाम अहमदियत, इस्लाम अहमदियत, नारे तकबीर.
We have got a gigantic task. It's not our concern. The Ahmadiyya Jamaat is bound to prosper. It is bound to prevail. The pertinent question is, what is my share? What have I done? What is your contribution? That is the question. We are all, on a belt, and we are all going to our graves. If not today, tomorrow. What have we done? What have we achieved? That is the question. As far as the spread of the Ahmadiyya Jamaat is concerned, we are just concerned. हज़रत मसीह ने जैसे मैंने कहा ना, लिखा है, खाकसारी को हमारी देख ए दानाए राज, काम तेरा काम है, हम हो गए अब बेकरार. फिर फरमाया, ऐ मेरे प्यारे फिदा हो तुझ पे हर जर्रा मेरा, फेर दे मेरी तरफ ऐ सारबान यकी मुहार. We should pray to Allah Ta'ala. जो मुस्तर की दुआ है वो जरूर कबूल होती है. अम्मा युजीबुल मुस्तर्रा इज़ा दुआहु फयक्शुआ अन यजअलु लकुम खुलफा al-arz. Who answers the prayers of the distressed person? If we pray in distress, when we are really agitated, if we pray to Allah Ta'ala, they are all sitting over here, mostly from the Asian subcontinent, longing for that day when that prophecy of Hazrat Masih Maud that many nations every nation will drink of this fountain. So it's our duty that we should try and proclaim and present with wisdom the message of Ahmadiyyat. It is to be done with prayers. Our coat of arms is the prayer. Maulana Nazir Sahib, who was a missionary, and he went to Nigeria, and after a short while, a telegram was sent to Hazur, which was announced at Jalsa Salana, and the telegram was, please accept the bath of 10,000 people. Maulvi Nazir Sahib also said that a missionary should have, he made a sort of, they said, the 7 P's of Nazir. Nazir की 7 अल्फाज हैं जिनका पी के साथ ताल्लुक है और वो तबलीग के लिए हर मुबल्लिग के पास होने चाहिए. फिर उसके बाद इस अल्फाज में और भी इजाफा किया गया. मौलवी नज़ीर अहमद सब अली ने किया और मुबल्लिगीन ने किया. तो वो उनके नाम मैं ज़रा पढ़ देता हूँ आपको. One of them was prayer. दुआ के बगैर ये काम नहीं हो सकता. Prayer. The second was that we should preach. This is the coat of arms of a missionary, and you are all missionaries. The second is piety. अगर तकवा नहीं है, हर एक नेकी की जड़ ये तका है, अगर ये जड़ नहीं सब कुछ रहा है. अगर ये जड़ रही सब कुछ रहा है. So piety. He said a missionary should have a close contact with the press. P, press. And then he said a missionary should take care of his passport. मुबल्लिग के बाद अगर पासपोर्ट ना सही हो, फिर उसने कहा कि मुबल्लिग जो है, he should have good contact with the police. P with police. And then he said also with the postmaster, because otherwise your letters would not reach at the proper time. And then also he should have contact with the priest. उनके साथ भी ताल्लुक होने चाहिए. A मुबल्लिग should be passionate. P for passionate. There should be perseverance. You should not lose hope. Once Sir Zafrullah Khan came to our Talimul Islam college and he gave a lecture, a 40-minute lecture, and the only subject was perseverance. You never lose hope. You fall once, you try again. You fall once, you try again. Don't give up. Perseverance. Then punctuality. If you are not punctual, we lost a very good Ahmadi who wanted to become an Ahmadi. When he came to our mosque, the punctuality was not being observed. A missionary needs to be very punctual. And another was that he should be patient. He should show patience. सब्र का सबूत दे. और इन बातों से घबराए ना. अल्लाह ताला मुझे भी और आप सबको इस बात की तौफीक अता करे कि ये जो काम है, आज भी हुजूर का जो खुतबा था इसी मौजू पे था. We will continue to face opposition. The opposition is bound to come. But there's no opposition. You know what happened. People who oppose the Ahmadiyya Jamaat, you know what happened to them. They try to destroy the Ahmadiyya Jamaat. You remember that video is on the phone where the 6 heads of state are sitting in line and they are planning that Ahmadiyyat should disappear from the face of the earth and at least should be declared as non-Muslims. Look at what happened to Faisal. Look at what terrible happened to Gaddafi. Are there chances? What happened to all the others? Ziaul Haq? What happened to all those people who were sitting over there? Is it chances? मुझसे हर एक ने वार किया अपने रंग में, आखिर जलील हो गए अंजामे जंग में. कहां मरते थे पर तू नहीं मारे. May Allah Ta'ala bless us all and may we rise from this Jalsa Salana. May we benefit from the addresses of this Jalsa Salana. This is a very important gathering. We should go out from this Jalsa Salana and our level of communion with Allah Ta'ala, the level of our rendezvous with God the Almighty, the level of our union with God the Almighty, the level of our grafting with the Holy God the Almighty should be at a higher level. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. People have spent thousands and thousands of dollars in order to come and attend this Jalsa Salana. The Jamaat has spent a colossal amount for this Jalsa Salana, and if we just go out without benefiting from the scholarly speeches and we do not gain any higher level of taqwa, then we only have to blame ourselves. As they say, you can take a horse to the river, but you can't force it to drink. Jazakallah and Assalamu alaikum.
One world, one nation.
Global Islamic Community.